When you add buttons to your email templates, you can send your customers directly to your website or even a products page where they can make purchases from you. In this video, I want to show you how to add a button to your template in Act Marketing Automation. I'm already logged into my database and I'm in Act Marketing Automation looking at a recent template that I've created. If you've watched the last video, I moved some things around. I moved my logo up to the top of the screen. I added some text to this text block, and I've added a few images into the row that contains 4 content items. What I want to do in this video is add a button beneath each of these photos to sort of indicate what part of my website that those photos represent. So to do this, I'm going to click the Content tab on the right, and then I'll find the button Content Item, and I'm going to drag it directly beneath one of these photos. You can see that the button now appears. I'm going to change the button properties by clicking on that button first, and then this loads the content properties area for a button on the right side of the screen. Let's deal with the action area first. What is the purpose of this button? Well, you can make it open a web page, send an email, or in the case of mobile devices, you can have it perform a phone call or even send a text. Or if you have a PDF file such as a catalog or even a menu uploaded to your file library, you can link those here as well. Some of the button options that you can set here include your width of the button. Right now it's set to an automatic width. If I turn this off, it's going to change that to look pretty bad. But I can scroll this slider to the right to decrease or increase the size of the button. The background color I don't really enjoy. It's not matching up with my theme very well. So I'm going to choose a tan color here, and maybe I'll make it a little brighter so that it's set apart from the rest of my template. The text color can also be changed. If I don't like the white color, I could change it to something else, but I think I'm going to leave it as white. Further down, we could change the alignment to the left, center, or right, but I'm going to leave it centered. And then you can change the line height or even the border radius of your buttons. If I want to give this button more rounded corners or more square corners, that's where the border radius comes into play. The content padding just changes the area around the text inside your button. So maybe I want to make that really thin from top to bottom, and maybe I want to make it wider. Beneath that, you could add a colorful border to your button, or even increase the padding between the button and the rest of the block. To change the text that appears on the button itself, just click the text, highlight it, and enter the new text. You can also use this text formatting tool to override the global fonts that you set up earlier. Don't forget to click the Save button in the upper right corner to save your changes. Now you might think that this was a lot of work to customize this button, but you don't have to repeat all that work. With your button highlighted, you can click this Copy button and then drag and move your new button to the neighboring content block. I can do that several times if I want. And now all I have to do is change the text on the button and then the link to where that button will go. You can see that my buttons aren't exactly lined up, and that's where the padding area comes into play. If I scroll down, I can change the padding from the top on this button on the very left to sort of move it down so that it's lined up with the other buttons. When you get a chance, play with that so that it looks the way you want it to look. And that's it for buttons. So next up, we're going to look at adding social links to this template.